not me.
I won't run.
We don't go
Okay.
run, no, we there with you. Oh.
Well, some of you have started running already.
Mba, oh, mba.
Okay,
Mr.
like
Sharp,
yes,
Oh,
go.
That's we dey here, can't play. We
Mr.
know they
Sharp,
don't go anywhere.
yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
beg
I won't
you,
run.
make it continue now. Time no day.
Let's get started. I hope nobody will run because some of us we are already looking for PAs.
I won't run. This
We
course
are
must
here,
submit.
Mr. Charles.
Somebody wanted a PA already. Said the work is too much for her. She want a
I
You
PA.
get
gotta
my
ask
too much
questions.
extra allowance to be here. How can I run?
Mr. Charles, I did not say I want a PA. I only ask questions, sir. Good evening, sir.
Why are you waiting
When
so?
when I went through your first class, because the first class I was not
you want
available
to
for
be
the first
project
class.
manager, you have to work with.
So I
You
did
know
not say I
yourself.
need a PA. It's
I'm
just I just
looking for
asked
I'm
questions.
looking for a PA for you already.
Please do,
Let's
please, because I'm looking at a project I want to handle soon.
okay, don't worry.
Oh yeah, don't enter there today. Go and wash your hands. And
Okay,
take it.
thank you guys.
You use it and go and get
We start. We
clothes
start.
you wear.
Our time is
Put
counted.
yourself on mute, please. Put yourself on mute. So this night we are going to look at various documentations. As a project
Hello,
manager,
everybody.
please, we've started. Stop greeting. Greeting time is over. So as a project manager, you see all these activities we captured in our you look at the work breakdown structure we captured, the full project life cycle. You see a lot of stages. All these stages, all these tasks, all these sub-tasks, at every task you must create at least one or two documents. That is what makes you a project manager. Documentation, you document a lot. So that whichever one they ask you, you should be able to give account. You can't give a proper account if you don't have proper documents. So all this documentation is what makes you. So we have to start identifying all the documentations that is necessary in project management, more especially looking at you from the point of view of a project manager. So once you master all these documents and how to create them, then you are good to go. So what we are learning is to understand all these documents. Where are we creating these documents? And what are the techniques we are going to apply to create this documentation? And what are the technologies we are going to use to create this documentation? That is all we're asking for you as a project manager. Once you understand the documents, where to create them, the technology or tools to use to create them, now you are a project manager. The only thing attached is that as a project manager, you must have soft skills like good communication skills, like team management or team player, or some of all these are other soft skills, leadership skills, conflict resolution skills, all these soft. Once you add all these soft skills to knowing how to create this documentation with technology and how to share this documentation, that's it. You go and start making your hard currency as a project manager, So that is it. Okay, let's move to our notes to start seeing these documents and how we'll discuss the documents, the importance of the documents, the significance of the documents, and we see a template how it's going to look like. So that after today, you can comfortably tell your husband that you are now a project manager in the making. All right. Good. Okay. So, okay. So, project management involves creation and management of various documents and deliverables throughout the project lifecycle. And here are the documents we are going to look at. The first document we are going to look at here is, this is going to be our #1 document, because this is what authorizes you to become the project manager. So let's look at this very important document in project management, and the name is called Project Charter. You know, like yesterday, a lot of you wanted to throw more question about it. There is no need of, you know, trying to know more at that point, because we, at that point, we are just trying to look at things from high level perspective. Now it's time to look at it from the low level perspective. We have to look at it in details. So as a project manager or business analyst, you are going to be hearing a lot about high level and low level. So high level is when you are looking at it at just a bigger picture. Once you say low level, you talk about details step by step, and that is what we are going to do on this. This is how a simple project charter is going to look like.
Excuse me, sir. It's like it's tiny.
Yeah, we are going to see the big one.
Okay.
So this is it, how it's going to look like. It is a project charter, and this is how it looks like. So if you want to look at it, the real project charter, which we are going to be using, we are going to, after this, I'm going to share this document, this template with you. You are going to use it to create a project charter for me. So this is how it looks like. This is a project charter. A project charter here contains the problem statement, the goal statement, project leader, project approach, project team, name of the project teams, their roles, support personnel, their name and roles, scope. We'll talk about scopes. This is the scopes. We'll talk about these deliverables. This is the start, estimated date. Then we'll talk about milestones and approval. So this is how is going to look like. And this is just a very high level, the simplest. Some of them will equally capture anticipated risk, but is optional. But because you can't see, but some of them captures anticipated risk within this project charter. But this is just a very simple project charter. It gives you a picture of how a project charter looks like. And you see here, at the end of the day, you see the signature of the project charter. Once they appoint you, because you're appointed, you need to capture the project leader, which is you, the signature and date. You've accepted by when you put your signature here, you are going to be the project manager of this project. And then when the project sponsor sign, then the deal is sealed. You go and start chopping your money as the project manager. Okay, back to our lesson notes. So let's start looking at what project charter is all about. A simple definition. A project charter is a formal document that authorizes a project and provides the project manager with the authority to allocate resources and make decisions. It serves as an initial agreement among stakeholders about the project objective, scope, and overall approach. Overall approach. So at this point, if we have agreed, this is how this project is going to be run. If you are deviating from anything from this, any agreement, everything that is contained from here, if you are deviating, then you are the one bringing scope creep to yourself. You are the one that is moving from your lane to another person's lane, and you are trying to cause accidents. If you are doing that, you already know when you move away from your lane to another lane, what are you trying to do? To crash. And they are not going to allow you to go and destroy their investment. Just like somebody hired you a crate of egg, moving a crate of egg from one city to another city, and you deviate, they are not going to allow you to do that. Once you drive roughly, more especially if they are driving with them, they'll tell you, please stop. If the person owns the vehicle you are driving, which it should be, he will tell you the key. Collect the key from you and look for a better driver. So this is the document that authorizes you to drive the vehicle, called project. So now, the purpose of a charter in a project: number one, formally authorize the existence of the project. Number two, define the objectives, the scope, the constraints of the project. Number three, assign project manager and give them authority. Number four, identify stakeholders and outline their expectations and establish a high-level view of project deliverable milestones and budget. So this is the purpose of a project charter. And if you come here, look at this simple document, it almost captures everything we stated here. So that is the main purpose of a project charter. So if you have a project charter, you cannot say you don't know what to do. You can't. As a project manager, you know everything. You have everything in one document. You know exactly what is required from you. So then let's look at why is this project charter so important. Why? Number one, it aligns stakeholders by clearly defining the project objective, scope, and key success criteria. You know what is expected, what is called success. In a project, it's important to define what is called success. You must state what is success, so that when they see what is success, they will know it. That is another thing in project. Every project must have what they call success criteria. Then another importance is authorization, authority. You know that projects runs in billions. A lot of projects, they are in billions. So if one need to handle such to sit on such amount of resources, it needs authorization. It provides the project manager with the authority to use resources and direct the team. Then clarity offers a concise reference for the project purpose and direction, helping to prevent misunderstanding. So everybody knows what is in it's like the project constitution. You can call it a constitution governing the project. If you have a case, you go to the court. What they will bring is they'll start reviewing the constitution and see who is right. At the end of the day, once they read the constitution, everybody will go. You can't say this person is cheating. You see what the law is saying about. So this is a law about the project in a very clear terms. So it prevents misunderstanding. Accountability. List roles and responsibilities of key stakeholders, ensuring accountability from the onset. Everybody already knows what they are meant to be doing. Although some of them might not capture exactly what everybody, we list key stakeholders at this point, knowing who is involved and who is not involved. You know the stakeholders. You see here, you come here, you see stakeholders. This is the project team members. Everybody is involved in this project is captured. So team members, and you can capture even personnel, all the people, the project leader. So you capture the people involved in that project and the signatories to that project. So then these are key importance of a project charter. Now we've seen the importance, the purpose. Let's look at, we've seen a picture of, but let's look at the build, the component. The project charter, the first is the project title and description. Here you capture the title, concise name of the project. The project must have a name. Every project must have a name and a brief description, a brief summary of what the project is all about, what the project will achieve. Any project have something the stakeholders plan to achieve. So you need to capture it. Then project purpose / business need. Why the project is being initiated. The business problem or the opportunities the project try to address. Okay, let's look at this. You see here, this is the project charter. Upon here, you see project title. Then you see the problem and the goal statement. Okay, let's go back. Then project objective. Clear, measurable goals that the project aims to achieve. To do that, to achieve any time within a project is a must, so that you become very professional. Anytime you are trying to capture project objectives, whether as a business analyst, whether as a project manager, you have to apply this technique called SMART. It will help you because every objective needs to be measured against some criteria. So here you look, say clear, measurable goals that the project aims to achieve, and then use SMART criteria. Under SMART, we see S is for specific, M is for measurable, and A is for achievement, and R is for relevant, and T is for time bound. So we have a dedicated, in this boot camp, we are going to have a dedicated class for SMART analysis. So we are not going to come here to start discussing SMART because it's going to take the whole day. But just know that you are going to be using SMART when you are trying to create a project charter. In some cases, project charter might be, project manager might be part of the project charter while creating the project charter. At times, a project charter must have been created before the project manager joins. Maybe they have a project director or a program manager. A program manager have the capacity to create a project charter. You know, equally, if there is a business analyst that has been working on that problem before trying to solve the problem, the business analyst with some of the stakeholders can create a project charter even before the project manager joins. Because after the business analysis, at initial business analysis, to decide whether it's going to be a project, whether they are going to, what kind of solution that need to be applied. Once they decide that it's going to be a project, then they start looking for a project manager and then start creating project charter. So that is by the by, but let's continue to look at the components of a project charter. Then number 4 here is the project scope. Define boundaries of the project, including what is included and what is. Please, somebody is should put himself or herself on. Okay.
Anastasia.
No, the way I do is that we'll just be giving people grace. Very soon, you will just see yourself out of the class. Just a click of button, boom, you are out. Okay. We are talking about scope. We say that in scope is, project scope is define boundaries. Okay, our people, you can see that I've tried. I'm removing. Okay. Define boundaries of the project, including what is included or excluded. This high-level description of the deliverables. Then, key stakeholders. Identification of individuals, group, or organization affected by the project. So you need to identify the key stakeholders, their roles and responsibilities. Then project manager assignment. The name of the project manager and their authority, responsibilities and decision power of the project manager. High-level project timeline. You must capture the expected timeline, well, at least when the project is starting and when the project is expected to end. So you must capture the timeline with milestones and the expected completion date. Like you say, estimated. So it means it's not definite. Then we'll have high-level overview of the project schedule. Then budget overview. Like you see, everything is still at high level. Like I told you that in project management and business, you are going to see a lot of high level. So at the high level, it means that it's not broken down. It's still at a very chunky, in a bulky state that need to be broken down. So the high level estimate of the project cost, resources that will be allocated to the project, then assumptions, risk, and constraints. Like I said, in some cases, they capture assumptions and risk and constraints, but some, they leave it aside. So here is assumptions, factors. Factors assumed to be true for the project, and risk, high-level potential risks that could affect the project, and constraint limitations such as budget, time, or resource availability. So you can capture this as well. Approval and authorization. So at this level, you see, I've shown you the approval, the signatures from the project sponsors or key stakeholders formally authorizing the project. So that is it. This is the document, authority in projects. They've handed you authority, the project manager. Once they give you this, you will receive an authority. And then let's look at, we've seen the components. So if you are, after this boot camp, you are now a very experienced project manager. When I say experience, is a very experienced because over the years of my practice as a project manager, even during my learning, we capture this very well and say that this is the best component. So if you can add, capture if you are tasked to prepare a project charter for your organization, you should be able to do a good work. If you don't know where to start with these key components. These give you an idea of what to do. So, and further, you have step-by-steps on what to do, which will aid you, so you are not going to struggle. So if you follow these steps. So these are the steps to create a project charter. First is define the project vision, discuss with the stakeholders to understand the purpose and objective of the project, focus on business need and how the project addresses this business need. Identify stakeholders, determine who will be involved and affected by the project, and then capture their expectations, roles, and level of influence. You see the way you are capturing this? You already have a template. You see where all these things will be fitting in within the components you've already identified. Then outline the project scope, clearly clarify what is in scope and what is out of scope to avoid scope creep later on. It's very, very important. When you know what is in scope and what is out of scope, so when you are out of scope, like you see so many roads, you see they use lane, they use red markers to divide the road. They clearly state the boundary. So if anything happens when the police come, what they are looking is how are you within the boundaries when this happens to know who is wrong or right. And here in UK, if you have boundaries in everywhere, even your tire, if you park your car and your tire somehow, is not parking well the way you kind of out of your boundaries, the little space allocated to you, you are receiving basic. Basic is fine, and it's not funny, when you receive such fine. Okay. All right. So outline project scopes, then define deliverables and success criteria. Identify deliverable that will indicate that the project is success. Establish how success will be measured. Then assign roles and responsibility. Appoint a project manager and identify key roles such as sponsors, team members, and clients. So you must assign roles. Who are these or who is that within the project must be stated in the project charter. So you can see project charter is a big document. Estimate high-level budget and timeline. At this point is estimation, because it's when the project manager comes in with this estimation, the project manager will have to create a project plan. And from the project plan, when the project plan is finally approved, then that is when we will understand the timeline. So at this point, the timeline is just an estimate. So the projects provide high-level forecasts for the project cost and the expected duration, and identify risk and constraints, outline known risk and constraints that could impact the project. Like I said, in some cases, they might leave this for the project manager to identify. But if you know any risk, it's good to, because you that is creating a project charter must be experienced project manager. If you are creating it as a program manager, you have to be a project manager before you become a program manager. If you are creating it as a business analyst, you must be an experience in project management. Or if you are creating it as a project manager, good and fine. So, review and approve. Present the project charter to the key stakeholders for review. Obtain formal approval to proceed. So, that is it. So, like I said, as a project manager, if you are joining a project where there is no project, then you can create one and give them for approval, giving you the authority to manage the project. So let's look at example of a project charter, how this is crafted to give us an idea of how one looks like when written well. So it's not in our template. So here is the title of this project charter. The title is Digital Payment Platform Launch. That is the title. And the project purpose is to develop and launch a secure digital payment platform for small and medium enterprises. Okay, and the objective is develop the platform within 6 months, and then integrate with PayPal, Stripe, and local payment gateways, and then onboard 100 SMEs in the first 3 months post-launch. Now, looking at this objective is very clear. You see here they apply SMART. Can you people agree with me? They apply SMART. When I mean they apply SMART, you see figures here. They are very specific. On board 100, they are specific about this. They are specific about the timeline. They said it must be timeline, and timeline here is 6 months. Specific is, you see the number, they will integrate everything here. It is not ambiguous. no assumption here. Everything is clear. You cannot say you do not understand anything. You don't need to write 1 page or 2 pages in order to make your point. Use simple statements, simple languages. Everybody, you don't need vocabularies, big grammar to show that you are a project manager. As a matter of fact, somebody with O-level can read this. So somebody with O-level can state this, that this is the project objective I want. You don't need big grammar for people to start giving you, clapping for you. Develop the platform within 6 months. It's simple. You know, it's 6 months. They don't say develop the platform around 6 months or thereabouts. So they said here, integrate. They didn't say integrate payment gateway. They said integrate PayPal, Stripe with local. So if now means that if we are in Nigeria, PayPal, Stripe, and local payment gateway. We'll have local payment gateways. We'll have, can somebody give me some examples? We have Paystack. We have Flutterwave. These are popular payment gateways in Nigeria. And they say on board 100. So let's crack on. Then project object scope. Here is the scope. Let's look at it. Include in the scope here is platform development, payment integration, user training. So exclude marketing, customer support services. This is excluded. You see? That is excluded. So you know what is expected here. So,
Sir Charles, please, I'm not seeing the charts you are reading all these things from. Sorry for cutting you, sir.
charts.
I think you are reading all these things from charts.
I'm not reading from any charts.
He's reading from
I'm only
the board
seeing,
now. The
I'm
board.
seeing number 6, where number 6
You're not
talks
seeing the
project
screen.
management.
I'm not seeing the screen.
That's what I'm saying. I've been typing it on the chat, but nobody is responding to that.
Are you people not seeing my?
I'm seeing it.
I can
Look,
see
I
it.
can
I
see
can
it.
So what
Yeah.
are
Let them zoom their screen.
His network, I can see.
It's your network.
Maybe network from our end.
It's your network.
I can
Yeah.
see.
Let's mute,
Please
please.
leave and join again.
Okay, sorry if the network is affecting you. Let's crack on. Sorry, I know it can be painful. Okay. We stopped at project scope. So here is include and exclude. This is the scope. When you are trying to develop marketing activities for the platform, then you might be going out of the scope. And when you are trying to create customer support services, then you might, so they want you to just platform development, integrate integration here, and user training. So then let's look at the key stakeholders here. The key stakeholders here is, this is the sponsor. So it's the CEO that is sponsoring this project. It can be anybody. At times, it might not be CEO. It might just be the finance department. But you can see that this is a big project for the company. So, and then the project manager is Jane Smith, And the users here who are going to use this, they already have their SME owners and end users, or they already identify them already. So they know people that are going to use this already. They have them in their mind already. So these are the people that are the stakeholders that you need to work with within this project. So if a business analyst needs to capture requirements, so the way this is going to be working, you need to find all these SMEs and end users and try to, relate with them as well, capture requirement with them as well, in order to make sure that it's user-friendly and they are going to be happy. Okay, timeline. You see here, timeline is clear. You see project starts 1st January 2024, and then beta testing April 1st, 2024, and full launch July 1st, 2024. And estimated budget is $100,000 for the platform development, and then $20,000 for payment integration.
Mr. Charles, please scrub. We cannot see the screen very well.
Scroll what? I should do what?
Zoom out your screen.
Scrub the content of your screen.
Okay.
Mr. Charles' screen is okay. You guys complaining, zoom out your screen.
You can personally zoom your screen. Tap your arrow. Bring your arrow to the middle of the software of the zoom. Then you can zoom it by yourself. You can zoom it by yourself, please. Use your mouse. Just come to the center. You will see zoom.
Are you seeing it clear better now? Is it better?
It has been okay.
So I'm seeing everything. I'm seeing everything, sir. I'm seeing everything clear.
There's nothing wrong with your screen, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Then we have risk. Risk here is delay in payment gateway integration and high competition in the market. And then the project approval, approved by John Doe on January 1st, 2004. So that day that is they received the approval, that's the day the project gets started. So that is how a project charter should look like. So if you have not seen a project charter before, a live project charter, this one will give you a clear picture of how a project charter should look like. Okay. Then, now we've seen a project charter. We've seen details of a project charter. What are the benefits? Ensures a clear understanding of project goals and scope before the project begins. Provide formal approval process, establishing stakeholder commitments. Act as a reference document for resolving disputes or clarifying details. So, you see, this last one acts as a reference document. This is going to make your life better as a project manager. This is just to help you out to, from overzealous stakeholders. We have a lot of overzealous stakeholders. So if you don't know how to protect yourself, you will become miserable. And this is one document that will protect you. This document is going to be a bulletproof if you know how to use it very well, because there will be a lot of disputes in a project. Everybody will be trying to be noticed, bringing a lot of, everybody want their own to be, bringing a different their requirements. We call it throwing things through the window. You see stakeholders, they'll be throwing a lot of requirements through the window. They'll just come to you, please, can you capture this in the project? Can you capture this requirement? Anything that is not within the project charter is an item thrown in through the window. If you are myopic, it's up to you to, when they throw it, you pick it up and add it. You are destroying yourself. But if you are experienced project manager, once they throw something through the window, you throw it out and warn them. So what you do is that in this situation, they come to you and say, please, can you capture something? This like a marketing, you know, this platform, we need a marketing, this and that. You draw the attention to this project charter, what is within the scope. All you do is bring them to this scope. You tell them that, well, marketing is out of scope of this project, and that is the authorization that John Doe authorizes it. You should go and talk to John Doe. You yourself, you capture it as well. You discuss with project sponsor, see what this person is bringing in. So that is, but if John Doe is not aware of this, and if it comes to John Doe's notice and John Doe don't want to approve it, you cannot add it. But if John Doe want to, even as it started, John Doe want to add something, then you let John Doe know that this is not what you approved. So if you want this marketing to be captured, you, John Doe, then you know that you have to extend the timeline, and you know 6 months is not enough to equally capture marketing or customer support here. And you know that this, how much do we have here? You know that already we say that this is the budget here, like this is the budget. You tell John Doe that it's clear here that this budget, this is it, $100,000 is for platform development, and 20,000 is for integration. So where are we going to get the funding for the marketing and customer support services? So if John Doe says, okay, Mr. or Miss Anastasia that's been disturbing us. Okay, Miss Anastasia, we are going to make additional budget of $30,000 to cover this marketing and customer service. Yes, you do the evaluation. If that 30,000 is enough to cover it, then you add it, and then you have to make readjustments. This year, we need this project charter need to be updated, and another approval need to be captured because it's a different project already. It's no longer the original project you are managing. The project, and if you have created the project plan and baseline the project plan, then you need to re-baseline the project plan. So it's going to be version 2 of this project charter and version 2 of the project plan that captures this. So that is how you navigate from scope creep. But if you are naive, once they say, because he's the CEO, you want to impress the CEO, I say, who are those people that are here raising hand? Imokolo, I want you to capture this marketing. I say, okay, sir, because it's the project, the CEO, I want to impress the CEO. You must see you and see the door, because when it happened, everybody will deny you. So that is it. So that's how this happens. So that is how this will help you. We're trying to the benefits and making the more especially reference document for resolving dispute and clarifying project details. So conclusively, project charter is a crucial document that kickstarts the project. Kickstart the project. It lays the foundation for successful execution by aligning stakeholders, clarifying objective, formalizing the authorization or the authority of the project manager. So that is it. Always ensure that your project has a well-documented and approved charter before you proceed with any significant work to avoid going to prison. All right, so this is where we end it for project charter for tonight. And to give us some assignments, so this is what we're going to be, question I'm going to leave you people to answer and submit. So that is what we need to do. Why is a project charter considered? Why is project charter considered essential for project success? Why? 2, can a project proceed without a charter? What are the potential risks? How would you handle stakeholders' disagreement during creation of a project charter? So, I will provide the answer later. We'll have the answer here, but we are not going to look at it. And again,
Sir, can you come again with the question? Proposal number 2. Sorry, sir.
Are you ready? It's here already. You can read it.
I can't see the screen, sir.
Okay. Number 2. Can a project proceed without a charter? What are the potential risks? That is number 2. Number 1 is, why is a project charter considered essential for project success? Number 3 is, how would you handle stakeholder disagreement during the creation of a project charter? So, this, create your own answer, post it in our platform. WhatsApp platform. We don't have Facebook group yet. So what we'll do is that in a situation like this, we ask this kind of question, we'll create a Facebook group. So we make things easy so that you go to our group, you post your questions. So that it won't be only me. My class is very interactive. So people can equally comment on your answers and things like that. And that is how I would have, but don't worry, I'll create a Facebook group for us to, or we can create it near us, whichever one, so that we start immediately and work on this before the next time we are going to meet. So it's going to keep you guys busy and stop fighting in our platform.
Conclusion. In conclusion.
So that is it. No question. I don't think we have any question because everything is clear. So answer this question. That will help us to understand your level of understanding. So from there, we respond and know if you understand or not. So we don't have, we already exhausted our time for engagement. So that's it. If you have any question,
If
you have any question, go to our platform and post your question. Thank you.
You do that, but please, what I want to ask, so this assignment now, are we posting it as an interaction or as an attachment? I want to understand, like a link or something
I've
like
said
that.
I'm going to start working on it. I'm going to create a WhatsApp group where everybody will join. And I'll post this question in our WhatsApp group so that everybody will start posting their questions. So it's going to be an interactive question.
Sir, is this what? Sir, you said Facebook.
Whichever one we created, it can be Facebook, it can be LinkedIn, it can be. I posted our social media. We have social media handlers. We can use any of them, Facebook or Miaras, so that you go there and make your contribution.
WhatsApp will be better.
Sir, please, WhatsApp is preferred.
No, we are not going to use WhatsApp because WhatsApp is for resolution. We need WhatsApp for. It's going to make our WhatsApp so untidy.
Can we make use of Telegram?
No.
Can we make use of Telegram?
Please, what is best?
Whichever way is better. Whichever way. I mean, LinkedIn, Facebook, yeah, okay.
Please, where are we posting? Asking our question because I have a question.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Sir, for the questions, am I free to use Word to answer it, or should I type it directly?
Use Word how?
Like using Microsoft Word to type the answers.
Just if we are using Facebook, it's just for you to type your answer and post it there.
All right.
This is not a big deal.
And it's not a big deal, I know.
Yeah.
Just asking to know.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Charles. Please show your screen again. I didn't get the questions.
Well, I'm going to post it on our WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
It's just to create engagement.
Don't be power back there with you for this. Okay, thank you.
So I need a more constructive engagement in our platforms. We need for now, you can see so many of us were always arguing unnecessarily why we should be discussing more professional issues, and we are there arguing on trivial issues. So with this, most of these people that I know, some of you that always bringing controversial matters, I'll be checking your inputs. Okay. If you have any question, drop it on our platform and we are going to respond to that. So thank you and enjoy your weekend.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you and good night.
Thank you.
What
Thank
is
you,
it?
sir. Thank you, Mr. Charles.
Everyone, happy
Really appreciate.
Good night, everyone.
Hello, sir.
Coach Charles, thank
I'm
you.
Who is
listening.
still saying hello, sir? Drop